Welcome to the Great League, and I'm bringing back the OG champion Shadow Machamp to the Great League. With all the new Metamons, people have seemed to forget the good old Machamp, and I'm running Alolan Sandslash in the lead because it can beat the Fairies, the Flying types, and the Ghost types, and the Medicham safe switch to draw those out. I'll beat them with the Alolan Sandslash, and hopefully Machamp can sweep. So in the first match, we pick up a lead against a Swampert, which is pretty bad, and he throws his energy and switches out to his Skarmory. This is exactly what we wanted to do. We wanted to bait out the flying type so that the Machamp can stay away from it, and we're just looking to spam out a few ice punches, throwing on the right timing so that he does not get any extra energy. And we get off two ice punches and put him into range where we can farm him down all the way with our Alolan Sandslash. So he can go for a Brave Bird, he can go for Sky Attacks, he has a lot of energy, I'm absolutely fine with that. He goes for Sky Attack, that's fine with us. We're going to farm him all the way down. At this point we were running the Blizzard, but later on I'm going to switch it out for Bulldoze to add some coverage. This is probably a Brave Bird, but again we can tank it easily. We can load up the Blizzard and fire it on the Swampert. Let's see what he wants to do. And let's see if we can boom it or we get the shield, and we get a shield. Unfortunately, we do not land the Blizzard, but now our Machamp is primed to sweep. We're going to obviously shield the Hydro Cannons, counter this bad Swampert down, and let's see what he has in the bag. He has a Drapion, so we are going to CMP tie on the Sludge Bomb because I like to go for the CMP ties to maximize the energy and also to practice the counts. And I'm going to undercharge it like just a bit so that I can counter him down after this. So let's see if he goes for a Sludge Bomb or does he bait. He baits with the Crunch, which is absolutely fine by us because we can counter him down right now. That undercharge was really useful because we got a couple of extra counters, and now we have the back-to-back cross chops. We do win CMP over the Swampert, and that's an easy good game. So even though we had a really bad lead, picking up a lead against the Swampert with our Alolan Sandslash, then we got countered on the back with our Medicham versus Skarmory. In spite of a double counter, we were able to come back strong and win the game with the OG Shadow Machamp. And when I started playing this game, I remember the first Shadow Pokemon I built was Shadow Machamp because I absolutely loved the raw damage output. Again, a terrible lead in the second game. We safe switch to the Medicham and we bait out a Dragonite. And does he know that we're running the Ice Punch because it's going to one-shot him? Let's see. He should be shielding this, right? Boom! He does not, and he gets one-shot by the Machamp. In comes the Shadow Charizard running Dragon Breath, and this is too soon to be a Blast Burn. Even if it was, I would have let it go because now Shadow Machamp can just sweep this game. I'm gonna go for the Ice Punch, go for a little bit of chip here, and now as you can see the game is already done. Our Machamp can simply counter down the remaining two mons, but I'm just going to bring in the Alolan Sandslash because I want to see if I can farm him down. So I'm just going to try and see if I can Shadow Claw him down, and I'm expecting him to bait. Let's see, he catches the Ice Punch on his Obstagoon, but that's really not going to save him because we still have the champion, the Shadow Machamp in the back. This is just a Night Slash. Even if it's a cross chop, that's absolutely fine. And I'm playing for a very aggressive 4 shield flex. As you can see, we have 2 shields. The opponent has 2 shields, and we're going to try to go for a 4 shield flex. Can we get it? Yes, we can. So another amazing game. Even though, if you remember, we got super hard countered on the lead. Alolan Sandslash versus a counter user is basically game over if you stay in that matchup. So we were able to work around that 2 games, 2 bad leads, and we still pull out the wins. And this was so much fun getting to see the Shadow Machamp in action. We pick up the Ghost Tree in the lead. This is exactly where we want to see it. It's a great matchup for us. In comes the Drapion, Shadow Drapion at that, and I'm going to switch into my Shadow Machamp because my Shadow Machamp does not have much play against the Ghost Tree, and he baits us with the Aqua Tail by building up to the Sludge Bomb. Good play by the opponent. This is just another Aqua Tail, so I'm just going to eat this. I'm going to try to counter him down, but I think I won't be able to before he reaches another Aqua Tail. So I'm going to throw the cross chop so that if he wants to shield, I can get off another cross chop. So let's see what he chooses to do. He takes shield advantage and I get back switch. And if he brings back in the Ghost Tree, I can easily get off a Rock Slide, which is going to do more than 50% of his health. Where Shadow Machamp has 0 chill. Look at him. Look at the forearm monster. We go for 60% damage on that Ghost Tree. We're going to bring this in, go for the Ice Punch to force a shield. So if he wants to get off a Shadow Ball, he has to give us a shield here. He does, so he wants to get off the Shadow Ball. He has already built up to it. We're going to respect it. Even if he baits, we can farm him down, so it's fine. We are 1 shield down. In comes the Swampert. We're going to throw the Ice Punch and then look to switch out to a Medicham. The game is not over yet. I mean, the Ghost Tree does not have much play left, but then the Swampert can still sweep if he plays it right. So he's going to go for a Hydro Cannon. I'm thinking, but he goes for the Sludge Wave, so he is probably thinking that a Hydro Cannon plus Sludge Wave will KO us. Great play by the opponent. Can we live this Hydro Cannon? We really need to live it, and we can with 1 HP and a Dream. Our rank 64 Medicham coming in clutch, and the Psychic is going to knock out the the regular Swampert, and we can Shadow Claw him down because he's completely dry on energy. He can't reach a Shadow Ball. Good game. So that is 3 wins in a row. Finally, we had a good lead in the third match. And like I said, that I absolutely love Shadow Machamp. I don't know how many times I've already said this. Maybe I'm being a bit repetitive, but I can't help it because it's one of my absolute favorite mons. I know that there are so many Medichams and Ghost Trees running around that it's very difficult for the Shadow Machamp to put in work. But I tried my best to make him to put in the work. We pick up the absolute dream lead against the Skarmory. We want to keep the Skarmory away from our backline. We're going to stay in. And I was thinking of going for the Blizzard at this point, but I just baited with the Ice Punch because Shadow Pokemon like to shield. But as you'll see that he does not shield, and that's kind of bad because if I went for the Blizzard, I would have one-shot him, and he's going to go for Brave Bird, and from a Shadow Skarmory that does quite a bit. We both save switch to our respective mons. I wanted to save switch to the Medicham to counter down the Skarmory, but maybe he expected that. Brings in the Shadow Swampert. I'm going to build up to the Psychic and bait with the Ice Punch here. But I counted wrong. He had one more mud shot than what I thought he did, so he's able to get the back-to-back Hydro Cannons. But that's absolutely fine because Medicham is such a bulky mon that usually small mistakes won't cost you games. So I'm able to get a shield. I'm going to go for the Ice Punch, just one mud shot before he reaches the move, so I can force a shield here. And let's see what he chooses to do. He does shield, so we have shield advantage. He's going to overfarm. He's a really good player. He's playing it absolutely correct with all the move counting, and he's going to take me out here. But again, Shadow Machamp is prime to sweep, as you can see that we have a shield advantage. We can like punch down the Swampert, and if he brings in the Skarmory, we can punch him down as well. What's his last mon? Brings in the Skarmory, gives us more food. Shadow Machamp is like, yum, that was an amazing breakfast. In comes an Azu, and you might think that this is really bad, right? Azu versus Machamp, the bulky fat mouse versus a fighter, but as you'll see that he is so slow in loading that we can go for 2 rock slides and we can even counter him down after that. So we're just going to go for a couple of rock slides and just snipe him with a nice punch. Not really required. I mean, there was nothing he could have done to win the game. So another win coming in at 4-0 so far. So can we get to a 5-0? This was the first set, guys, by the way. This was the first set that I played with this team, and I ended up on a 14-1 streak eventually. So let's see if this is a 4-1 or a 5-0. And in the last game of this set, we pick up a lead against Abomasnow. Our entire team's beat it, so it's a great lead. And I reacted a little late, to be honest. I should have instantly switched to my Medicham or my Machamp, but since I've given the Swampert an energy lead, I cannot afford to bring in the Lepunchy boy, the Machamp. So I'm going to bring in the big Le Pajamas girl, or the Medicham with the weird bobbing pink thing on the head, and I'm just going to try to counter him down. But if he's able to reach a move, I'm going to throw the Ice Punch so that he doesn't, but I'm able to farm him down. So that's amazing. We leave with a lot of energy. In comes a Talonflame. So this match is not over at all. In fact, it's quite tricky. If anything, he shields this because the Talonflame can farm down my little what do you call it, the Alolan Sandslash. In comes the snowman. I'm going to go for the cross chop. Does he shield? If he shields, I'm going to switch out, but as you'll see, he does not. He's believing in Talonflame. Great play by the opponent. I'm going to bait here, and I build up to the rock slide and bait with the cross chop, and this is going to get the shield. I'm going to switch to catch the move on the Alolan Sandslash, and you'll see the opponent go for an amazing play. He goes for an undercharge, which is simply amazing, and I'm going for my 2 shield flex, but I don't think I'll be able to get it. But like once I get off this Ice Punch damage, I can simply go for a cross chop, and that's going to be enough. Another 2 shield flex, and we end this video with a 5-0. And I was just so excited, when playing these sets, because I wanted to try something spicy. I wanted to try something fast. So the only bulky mon I have on my team is the Fat Medicham, and other than that, I have the Alolan Sandslash, and I get an Axu encounter, which is amazing. I'm going to throw a pineapple because I need some candy to make Haxora someday. I hope you guys had a great time watching this video. See you again next time.